maybe we will update you about the new arrangement for our. And the next one is about daily health check, Ibu dan Bapak.
The activities.
Activities.
Just like usual activities that we will have, that we already have in car park activity.
Only the venue that will be moved to our lobby, so that it is still doable even though it is raining.
To anticipate the rains that might come suddenly.
And then the next update is about daily health check. So we would like to remind all of you to help us to fill in the daily health check every day, including weekend and also public holidays. And then starting from now, the students need to fill in the daily health check every day regularly. So before they join any on-site activities such as OLC, car park assembly, and also IOLP. So the teacher will help you to check and will help to remind you whenever you forgot to fill it in. Please do fill it in regularly, Ibu dan Bapak, because we need to also make sure that everyone is healthy to join our on-site activity.
So, Ibu Erli, from the curriculum, any update?
No updates for this time, but maybe to follow up some of the requests from some of you about the timing of this session, ya Ibu ya. So in this time being, we are still finding the best time, because last time there are some of you give idea, right? What if we have it not in this time, because you need to accompany your children to learn and to go to school, right? So yeah, in the meantime, we are still dealing with our schedules, because I also have the planning sessions with teachers, weekly planning sessions. So we need to, and Ibu Maria, Ibu Lia, they also have meetings and other activities. So we really find the best time. So hopefully we can update you soon about the new time for our parents meeting tea. Yeah.
Actually, we also need to consider the other divisions needs. Like, for example, some parents also have children in secondary. We need also see
their schedule.
Do they have schedule for other meeting with the secondary team, the parents? So a lot of things that we need to consider when deciding the suitable time for us to meet.
Okay.
That's the update from us.
Maybe one more, Ibu Maria, about religion lesson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because we have requests from some parents asking about the online religion lesson. At the moment, we are still trying to find the best time, because our religion lesson is mostly part-timer. They are also teaching in other schools, so we need to find the time where everybody can
be at the school to teach.
Can teach. So we will update you. We will update you if we have the right time. But maybe we can, maybe we can only have it like once a month for the online religion lesson.
Yeah, so far our religion lesson is done asynchronously, right, mommies and daddies? So it's not happening like live in the real time. So there are some ideas also to have it synchronously. So that's why Ibu Lia explained, maybe we will try our best to find the best time. But maybe if we can have it synchronously, maybe not once a week, but like once in a month. But the other time for the religion time still will be done asynchronously, like that.
Yeah, we are listening to the feedback and trying to find the best solution for each feedback that we listen to.
Yes.
Yeah, and another thing, Ibu Bapak, don't forget that we will be having some open houses this month. The first in this month is on the 17th, and then the next is on the 24th. So 2 weeks in a row. So if you have any any interest or any family members, your relative who are interested or would like to know what do we do in Sekolah Victory Plus in providing education for the children, please do come or contact our admission team so we can help with the information for the open houses. For this Saturday, we are going to have a webinar as well with Ibu Justina, Ibu Rena Masri, one of our parents who is a psychologist.
Yes.
The
And
topic
also
of-
the expert guest as well, ya Bu ya?
yeah,
The psychologist as
yeah,
well.
and the moderator.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so looking forward to meeting you, to learn together with you. I think the flyer has been shown at the beginning of this session about the open houses, and next week on the 24th, we will also give the opportunities for having trial classes for ECE and primary school. We will be having blended trial classes. If you are able to come, we are going to have the on-site free trial class at the OLC. But if you or your relative or your friends cannot come to our school, then we will be also providing the online free trial class for those who are interested. So just please contact our admission team. And we will be helping you to set all the registration and the time, the link for joining those free trial classes.
Yeah, Ibu, 17 October
Yes.
and 24th.
Yes.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. But the free trial classes will be on the 24th only, Ibu, and the 17th is for the webinar. We'll be looking forward to have more parents joining our webinar and more people to come for our to experience the interesting, engaging learning with our teachers in Sekolah Victory Plus in the open houses. Okay. So I think that's the update from us. Do you have anything, any ideas that we can hear today, can listen to? Or Ibu Justina, do you have anything to share with the smart parents this morning?
Well, good morning, all smart parents. Thank you, Ibu Maria, Ibu Early, and Ibu Leah for inviting me as well. I'm very happy to meet all of you online. Yeah, for sure. I think we have been doing a lot of great things, especially for our students during this pandemic situation. And we do our best to also keep on updating all of the things that we do. And regarding the online or on-site learning, we are always following all of the government's regulation and also government guidance on everything related to what our school does. Maybe some of you have been asking, when are we going to start on-site, or are we going to do online learning for the whole school year? Well, we have just been informed by the government that only 3 kecamatan, what is kecamatan ya in English? only, only, only 3 kecamatan in Bekasi, which are still in red zone. So it means that the rest are still in the orange and yellow zone. By the time the government mentioned that the zone is yellow, then we are going to inform you again on the on-site learning. At the moment, actually, we do our best to accommodate the needs of each and every student. So that's why we also provide the individual on-site learning, right, Ibu Maria and Ibu Erdi and Ibu Leah? So I think that's my update so far. And then we also do our best in managing, because sometimes it is inevitable that one of the person in our neighborhood has positive COVID, or the relatives or something got positive COVID, but we maintain our school safe. So when somebody is getting a kind of a COVID positive or something, we do our best to make sure that our environment is safe. And we will inform all of you if it is affecting your children or your the set of your children's learning. That's what I can say.
Yeah. Thank you, Bu Justin. Regarding accommodating the needs of students for the face-to-face learning, we are trying our best to give as often as they need. So for some of our students, there are some who comes to school every day, ya Bu.
Except Friday.
Except Friday, because we only provide 4 times at the most, or 4 days at the most in a week. And there are some children who joins our IOLP every day because yes, the parents requested to us, and the children, based on our observation, they do need the face-to-face learning. So if any of the parents really needs to share their concern about their children's learning, please do come to us, share it with us, so we can help to find the solution for it. Okay, then
Yeah, anything you want to share, parents, to us?
yeah, any funny, interesting, what is it, experience when accompanying your children? So we do really miss those experience.
Yes.
Biasanya kalau kita di kelas tuh ada aja yang lucu-lucu. When we are coming to the classes, ada hal yang lucu pasti deh dengan murid-muridnya. We miss that. Guru-guru kehilangan what is it?
Atmosphere.
Yeah, that atmosphere. Even I, Bu Early, sometimes when we are have so much to think about, kalau di normal, situasi normal, usually I just come to CEC classes and see and join the lesson, join the activities, and I will be happier. Forget all of my difficult thinking. So we do miss that. I know sometimes it is a very hard as well to cope with this situation, but don't forget that they are still young children. The most important thing is to keep them engaged to the learning. If you have problem with the task, don't worry too much. When we are giving the task, it's not only merely to get score, to get the mark, but the most important thing is to give them experience, to construct their own understanding. So if you are difficult in finalizing, in completing the task, let the homeroom teachers know. So yeah, we are flexible about that, ya Bu. We believe that each children is unique, so maybe the difficulties in learning are different with every child. Don't worry about that. We do understand. Okay. Then. Okay then, do we want to sing together to end this session?
Can I share about my experience with my children, even though my children already grown up now?
Sure, Bu.
Okay. Last night we had a kind of a virtual meeting. So this is kind of important for all of you parents to have a kind of my children already grown up. The first one is already almost 25. The second one is 24, and then my youngest one is 20, going to be 21. Now, during our conversation, they talked about the story of the things that we always do when they were still very little. Let me take the book ya. Ternyata mereka masih ingat ceritanya loh. Wait.
And for your information, Bapak Ibu, we were their teachers.
Yeah.
Starting in toddler, we were there teaching them, and we are still here.
Jadi anak-anak saya memang tiga-tiganya juga di sekolah Victory Plus sejak kecil. Nah, ini mereka ngobrolin tentang ini, complain. Nah, ini kami mengundang author-nya. Ternyata kebiasaan membaca buat anak-anak di usia dini atau sampai SD pun mereka senang loh, masih senang didongengin. Sekarang ini sudah dewasa pun senang didongengin. Mami ada cerita apa? Ada update apa? What is your update? What is the story, Mami? And then now they talk about, like, for example, what happened in Indonesia and everything. And they were sharing about their own opinions. But the interesting thing is that they still remember all of the stories that I told them. This is a story about Gecko. That the title is about Gecko's complaint. And then they said, ya kadang-kadang di dalam hidup itu kita suka mengeluh ya. Aku ingat cerita Mami waktu dulu, Gecko's Complaint. Ini bukunya dibeli udah lama banget dan ada tanda tangan author-nya di sini, buat Sasha, buat Marco, Raymond, Sasha. And then they still remember, itu yang, wah ternyata kalau kita cerita dari kecil, meskipun sudah besar, mereka masih ngeling ya dengan cerita-cerita kita juga. Nah, di sini parents, you all have the primary school students, right? And maybe they have siblings who are still very little. So I encourage all of you to share stories, especially stories with a kind of characters inside or values inside that. So this story is about Gecko who keeps on complaining. Ada nyanyiannya, mereka juga masih ingat. Mami ingat nggak? Mami dulu nyanyi ini. Ternyata kalau kita memberikan sesuatu yang link dengan emosi mereka, dengan sesuatu yang mereka bisa ingat sampai gedenya, itu asik juga. Nah, ceritanya ini Gecko-nya komplain apa aja, dikomplain. Nah, terus akhirnya di cerita ini diceritakan bagaimana sih kita harus lebih bersyukur dengan apa yang kita alami setiap harinya. Kita ngelingkan dengan, look, the trees on the street still growing, even though nobody cares about them. The trees and the flowers are still blooming, even though nobody watered them. So we also need to be grateful. You have mother and father who pay attention to you. So, and even though we are in a difficult situation, but there are always something positive that you can be grateful for. Kemudian saya juga membiasakan, coba hari ini ada apa, highlight apa yang terjadi dalam kehidupan kamu di hari ini, apa yang jadi downlight kamu hari ini, then we share. And during the discussion virtually, karena anak-anak saya kebetulan nggak di rumah, satu di Amerika, satu di Australia, di Singapura, dan satu udah bekerja di Jakarta. Jadi ya komunikasi kita lewat virtual ini, dan kita bisa sharing dengan refer to the things that we did when they were still very little. Ada highlight apa minggu-minggu ini, anak-anak, giliran mereka nanti cerita. Downlightnya apa minggu ini, Anda mereka cerita. Ini bisa juga para parents lakukan di saat-saat dimana we all are at home mostly, most of the time. So please make your time to create something that they can bring when they grow up. Something small, something simple, like for example ada agreement kapan kita harus ngobrolin apa, cerita apa, then we take turn. That's kind of something that is meaningful when I listen to my grown-ups. Masih ingat cerita saya waktu mereka masih kecil-kecil. Nah, kira-kira kegiatan-kegiatan apa saja yang dilakukan para parents nih? Di sini ada beberapa parents ya, yang dilakukan selama ini sehingga mereka nanti bawa memorinya sampai ke adults-nya. Ada yang mau sharing? Sepertinya Ibu Adila udah siap. Silakan Ibu.
Halo Halo Bu,
Oh
Chandra
iya,
ini Bu.
silakan Bapak.
Ya, tampaknya itu buku yang bagus ya. Maybe I'll try to find it in the library if you do have it.
We have it in the library, right?
Oh, nice. Okay, I'll try to find it then once
Yeah, I
your
think we
library
do have
open.
Uh-huh.
Uh-uh.
We have
Thank you, thank you for sharing that story, Bu. Really, really.
Yeah, thank you, Pa. You also can find a lot of great stories related to the virtues, Pa.
Yes.
Mhm.
You can borrow the books regularly and you can use it for your tools to do the storytelling that can link to the students later when they grow up. And make sure Pak, kalau lagi cerita ya Pak ya, ini dengan Pak
Chandra, saya
Chandra. Oke.
bapaknya Ambar. Ya.
Oke. Salam kenal ya Pak Chandra.
Salam kenal Bu.
Ya, nah ini kalau kita ada yang mengatakan bahwa kalau kita bercerita itu harus ngeling dengan emosinya, karena kalau kita ngeling dengan emosinya, everything will be memorized until they put it in their long-term memories. So, what does it mean by link the storytelling with emotions? Jadi kita kalau cerita ya harus exaggerating, harus di saat mereka bahagia terus mereka gitu. Nah, itu yang jadi mereka merasa, wih lucu banget ya ceritanya, bagus ya, getonya begini ya bunyinya ya, okay, something like that. So we can involve their emotion like that.
Thank you so much for the tips, Bu. We'll try that on then.
Okay. Anyone else would like to share or ask something?
I would like to share my experience actually.
Yes, Bu Riris.
This is my children are EY1 and 5th grade, so this is just a small experience that I want to share.
That's my mom.
I've been reading. I've been reading to my eldest since he was like 2 years old, and uh, yeah, I like to exaggerate when I read him storybooks, and maybe you can see me doing storytelling at school too, once or twice. And then the funny thing was like that my eldest asked me to go outside when they were about to sleep at night, and they just want to be alone themselves, the eldest and the youngest. And then when I look into the baby monitor, I was listening to them, and actually my eldest was reading a book to my youngest, and with the same kind of expression. And for me, this is the sweetest thing that, oh my god, my eldest was actually mimicking the way I storytell him, and actually, yeah, it's for me, it's so funny and so sweet like that. So this is like an enlightenment that, oh my god, I can see that what I was doing to my eldest is actually apa ya, sudah tertanam gitu apa di my eldest gitu. Jadi yeah, I hope I can still give my very best, especially in doing storytelling to my youngest and my eldest gitu aja sih Bu.
That's great, Bu Riris. So, I just remembered when you told me that one, I remembered the saying about children see, children do. Because your children see you doing that, then they follow you. So with this children see, children do, we also are reminded that we need to show them something good so that they can follow the good things that we do. Thank you, Bu. Keep up the good work.
Yes Bu, thank you.
Yes, thank you for sharing. So this reminds us again that about the importance of the early childhood education, right? So just like Ibu Justina mentioned, that early childhood is the golden age Golden age doesn't mean that we could just spoon feed everything to them. But what most the important thing is to provide the learning environment, the environment that really can help every child to learn their best, to bring out their own potential, including becoming the role model for the, so they can just follow what we are doing on daily basis. The most important for the young learners is the repetition, the role model, what they can see in their surrounding. And family are their close environment from whom they can learn from.
And don't forget to also pay attention to the development of the social and emotional learning. Again, we really highlight this matter because especially in the early years, this is the foundation of everything. So whether they are going to trust you, whether they are going to trust the world, something like that is actually developed since they were in the early years. So with the stories, I think it is very powerful. So maybe next time, Ibu Maria, Ibu Lia, we can have storytelling as one of the topic as well for the pulse. Because Bapak Ibu, we are all storytellers here, even Ibu Justina. So we really, happy when we are asked to be the storyteller. We will do everything to like the costume and everything because we know that stories is very powerful. So yeah, thank you Bu Justina, Bu Riris for sharing that because it is very powerful.
Early childhood is the time when we cultivate the positive things, the good things, to surround our young children with all the positive things so they can learn. So I just also want to share my experience with my son. My son is in grade 11, gak mau kalah sama Bu Yustin, mau share juga. Ya, jadi my son is in grade 11. So a few days ago, we accidentally watch Sesame Street, ya kan? While we are watching Sesame Street together, Bapak Ibu tahu kan Sesame Street yang series buat anak-anak gitu. He said to me, "Ma, I think even adults need to watch Sesame Street to learn again the good things, the values, the kind things that Sesame Street teach the children." Benar juga ya, gitu ya. Sesame Street itu penuh dengan values-values yang anak-anak perlu belajar. Ya benar juga, mungkin as adults we also need to review again those positive values that we try to cultivate to our children. Benar juga nih, mungkin kita sebagai orang dewasa perlu juga nih nonton Sesame Street lagi gitu. To really understand the nature of children, to know how to support them, gitu sih sharingnya.
Tadi Bu Maria sempat tidak terdengar katanya Ibu.
Oh, I cannot hear you.
Oh, lagging banget. Oh, oke.
Yeah, I was sharing about my experience watching Sesame Street just recently with my son. So yes, we used to watch it together when he was in early childhood education. Now he is in grade 11, DP student. And when we were watching it yesterday or a few days ago, he said to me, "Mama, I think even adults need to watch Sesame Street. It is to remind us all of the good values, all of the positive things that we need the children to learn, and we also adults need to be reminded again of that good values." Gitu. Bener juga kalau nonton Sesame Street kan kayaknya atmosfernya positif, the kindness, bener juga sih gitu ya.
Iya.
Okay. Thank you, Bu Maria. Can I add?
Yes,
sure.
We're all sharing about our children's stories, and our children happen to be studying at SVP. Semuanya dari kecil.
Yeah.
Anak saya dari toddler, anak Ibu Maria juga, anak Ibu Early juga, dan anak Ibu Lia. Dan yang paling gede-gede tentunya anak saya. Terus setelah itu anaknya Ibu Maria sudah grade 11. Nah, anaknya Ibu Lia SMP ya, hampir ya?
Kelas 6.
Ya, sebentar lagi SMP. Anaknya Ibu early juga. So we all believe that by choosing the right pathway for our children in terms of choosing the best school for them, because each and every child is different. So I congratulate to all of you. You're choosing the same pathway that we are thinking that's one of the best way for preparing our students, our children for the future. Ada lagi yang mau cerita? Silakan.
Seru juga ya Bu Yustin ya cerita-cerita. Tapi mengingatkan usia juga nih, oh ternyata anak saya. We miss those early childhood moment with our children.
Ya. Saat-saat inilah saatnya Ibu Bapak sekalian to keep on updating yourself in the how to embrace them so that later on when they grow up, you still remember the moment.
Oke. Waktunya juga sudah melebihi sih sebenarnya. But yeah, thank you. It was interesting to listen to your experience. Ya.
Oke, Bapak Ibu ada lagi yang mau sharing?
Or we meet again next week?
Iya,
Yes.
alright. Jadi kalau tidak ada lagi yang mau cerita, mungkin hari ini kita cukup sekian. Kita ketemu lagi minggu depan ya Bapak Ibu. Nanti kita update kalau ada jadwal baru ya Bu Maria ya. Oke. Baiklah Bapak Ibu, sekian perjumpaan kita hari ini.
Terima kasih banyak.
Terima kasih, thank you. Have a nice day.
See you again.
Goodbye.
Sehat-sehat selalu Bu.
Ya, Pak Chandra juga ya Pak.
Sehat-sehat juga Bapak Ibu.
Oke, love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.